You said you are open to the possibility of ghosts?
Me? Yeah.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I seen one when I was a kid, so if not,
I
then I don't know. The very first memory I have is really awkward, so I don't know.
awkward?
Yeah,
How so?
I don't know.
Must be because she's eating and she's cooking, so.
I think I brought it up to somebody at some point, but I'm pretty sure I watched my mom bring me inside the house the very first night. It's fucking awkward.
We talked about it at Stevie's when we were really high.
That's right.
I didn't even think about that.
So yeah,
Oh.
no, it was kind of a bizarre experience. It could have just been a dream, like I said, but it was so real, or it was impactful enough that I remember looking down in a window and actually watching my mom carry a newborn baby to the house. Unless I have a brother or sister, I don't know about that, disappeared. So yeah, apparently I was up late at nights talking to somebody all the time, from what I was told by my mom and my sister separately. So I believe in the possibility.
I had an
Probably
imaginary
remembered
friend that
a past life. Probably, right? That's why he was talking to somebody. Yeah, go on. Sorry.
I was 2 when my mom would say like I had a kid that I would talk to in the TV.
Poltergeist.
Why are all your objects haunted? Your mirror with the butterflies, your TV with your friend?
Well, I mean,
That's how ghosts linger on. They haunt an object.
the house though, that house in Knightstown, it was so much stuff, so much stuff. It was intense, always. I hadn't gotten into like witchcraft really. I was just learning about it at that age. I was like 16ish, but I had some friends that were into it. Bring in somebody that they knew that was teaching them stuff, and they were like an older lady. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. She said there was like a portal in the basement, but like totally fucking believed it because there was these weird ass hybrid grasshopper spiders in the basement.
What? What?
I'd never seen anything like it in my life, and you would have to like hammer smash the fuck out of them. They were like cockroach strong. Never seen anything like it in my life. Could not find any like examples of it. It was like a new thing growing in the basement in Indiana. It's fine, but yeah, it was creepy as fuck. Um, it was a parish, so it was owned by a church, and so a lot of the
That'd be why you had creepy shit in your basement.
well, again, I was trying to learn about witchcraft. I borrowed a book about it from a friend, and sincerely pissed off a religious spirit in the house. Like I'd never seen her before, I'd never heard from her before, but we all slept in the living room. It was a group of teenagers. We all just lived together in this house. And so we were all just sleeping on the floor in the living room, no big deal. And all of us were in there. Like everybody in the house was in the same room. Everything was locked up. Everybody knew where everybody was. But she would like stomp through the house or like bang on the pipes in the basement before she would like swoop around in the middle room. It was supposed to be like a dining room, I guess, or like an entryway. I don't know. It's fucking stupid. Really weirdly built house. uh, yeah. She was pissed off about the book. Sorry, I got distracted. And she didn't stop like banging around the house and like floating around in her stupid dress all the time until I got the book out of the house.
What color dress?
I'd say mauve with like beige accents.
The most common ghost scene are ladies in white, red, or black.
Mm. It was real dark, but she was like lit up from the street light. There was big windows that poured in a lot of street light.
You know, It's really weird that you never have your cell phone in your hand when you see a ghost, because then you could try to
I didn't
take a
have
picture,
one.
right?
I
That's
didn't
what I
have-
mean. Like, most of your things are probably before cell phones. And,
Mo,
like, when I see ghosts, it's usually in the middle of the night when my cell phone's somewhere else.
for sure.
Camera shy, dude.
Although, I did open up my third eye with a selenite crystal one time, and I got a picture of that, but it died on a phone. That was so weird. It was like you couldn't see it in like unless you were in the light, but there was a gray, just like shadow that wouldn't leave my forehead. That was fun.
Interesting.
Sounds fun.
The Nightstown house is also the only place I've been touched by a ghost. That fucked me up.
You get poltergeist?
No, I was consoled. I was like,
Aw.
yeah, I was crying. I just like rubbed the back of my leg a little bit.
So, went in for the grope and then saw that you were not okay.
Something like that.
It's like, let's calm her down before we touch her. Inappropriate. Poltergeist.
I for real thought it was my boyfriend. Like, it was that chill.
Not in the room?
Nope. Nope, doors are still closed. Everybody's in like 2 rooms over. God. It was nuts.
So I'll ask the uncultured swine question. What's the difference between a ghost and a spirit? Because
that's a wonderful question. I don't think much.
Depends on who you ask, honestly.
Yeah. I'm sure the definitions are slightly
usually
different.
considered like imprints, where spirits are like supposed to actually be. Well, yeah, and also supposed to actually be more of a representation of the person, like still have more contents of the consciousness.
Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, yeah.
To
This
put
is
it
probably my favorite
plainly,
episode so far, just saying.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Spirits are more energy based. Then, yeah, like you said, the ghosts are kind of like imprints.
You would say a ghost would be just a residual of a person, and a spirit would be more of like their full selves?
Think of like a memory lingering on. It doesn't change its course. It just repeats itself after a certain amount of time.
That would be the ghost.
That would be the ghost, yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. Could be way off at the same time, but yeah.
with ghosts, do you have to have a visual element to it? Because like I will totally agree that there's spirits. I've interacted with spirits. I don't think I've ever personally like had a ghost, and I think ghosts are, from what I understand, which is limited as fuck for the record, are far less believable. Taz agrees too, by the way. The squeaks, you know. So anyways, ghosts, do they have to have a visual element, or like...
No?
No.
The one that touched me, you couldn't see.
So then, do you mind me asking, why wasn't it a spirit then?
I didn't
Or
get
could it be both?
a vibe. I mean, it could have been. I didn't feel any human presence with it necessarily. That's why it was very startling to me when I felt it.
Was it cold?
No, it wasn't.
Because I hear cold has a lot to do with their presence.
Yeah, it was definitely not like, it didn't feel like a whole ass person. It felt like a memory, like of somebody doing that in that same spot. Like that was a practiced movement. You know what I mean? There wasn't any thought behind it. Where I've had interactions like that lady that was mad about the book, you felt her in the room. You saw her, you felt her, like you knew she was upset. You knew that there was more to it than just her throwing a tantrum. There was purpose behind it. It was a reaction, not a memory.
Are like ghostly experiences more emotional typically, and like spirit experiences tend to be more like, I'm here, y'all. Like, I'm just trying to understand more.
No, I think you're on the right track. I think when it comes to ghosts, the reason it's like an imprinted memory is the fact that there was a lot of emotion or feeling in that moment, and that's why it's repetitive. And I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Okay. So I've heard a one-liner from a friend that ghosts have like some sort of I don't want to say like baggage, but like emotional experience with a given area, and that's why you see them where you see them and why you have the experience with them that you have. Is it possible to like free them of that, or are they always like eternally trapped in that glitch, if you will?
Imagine at some point they fade, right? Or else we would be just lousy with ghosts.
I think in order to get rid of it, you would have to get whatever it's attached to, whether it
So,
be
like,
in the
could you-
building, an item inside of it.
So like, could you heal the ghost's like trauma or baggage or issue? Like, could you set it free? Because that sounds like a miserable experience to just be like repetitively stuck in that cycle.
Yeah, that would be
I think
pretty bad.
Ghosts are more after images, so it's not like they're stuck there. That's more the spirit kind of thing. The ghost is just like a repetitive after image, like that happened to them, but they're not stuck there. That's just what we're seeing.
Yeah, like an imprint.
Right.
Okay.
I mean, if you really want to free them, there's this number you can call 1-800-654-1984.
Who are you gonna call?
That's the Ghostbusters number.
I know.
That's kind of where I thought you were going, and I was just like,
I'm not even gonna lie. I thought he was gonna go 867-530-9.
Damn, I should have. No, I just
Bro.
I googled the Ghostbusters number just to see if they even had one, and it's actually in there.
oh, I need to check my lotto ticket. Who thinks I won?
Sorry, girl. I'm gonna be the pessimist in the corner.
Probably not. But hey,
The nicest
if
thing
I
you
did,
said
that's
about
great.
yourself all night.
I have bad memories when it comes to the lottery. I had like 5 numbers that were off by 1, and I fucking cried.
I never
I
check
would've
that
too.
team. If I don't win, I don't look at the numbers. I don't want to know how close I was.
Well, I was watching them while they were popping up, and it's like, all right, 1 number over, 1 number over, 1 number over, way the fuck out there. 1 number over, way the fuck out there. And even if you have a few of those numbers right, you still get something.
Right?
Yeah, you went a little bit.
Yeah. Even more than I had, damn it.
Okay, can I ask
That's
you
why
one
you
of my
don't have
all-time
children.
favorite questions?
What's that?
Yep.
Okay, so wait for the whole question because we all are gonna go. So, if you won the lottery, what is the first thing you would do after your family is taken care of, all of your bills are taken care of, every like responsible thing you would do with the money is done? Like your grandkids are set up with a trust fund, like anything to take care of other people in your life are taken care of. What's the first thing you would do with the money after that?
Travel.
What?
Travel.
Oh, travel. Okay.
Travel. I would never stay in the same place until I found where I thought was home. I mean, Colorado's pretty good, but I would travel. Japan, Scotland.
I want to go back
Why
to Japan.
Scotland?
It's beautiful. Never been. I would go to every country and all across this one.
I want to go to everyone.
Right on. How about you, Anthony?
Me? All right. After everything's set up, getting set up, mostly, yeah, kids, close friends, grandkids, all that good jazz. Actually, I won't even worry about the grandkids at this moment. But what I would do...
Welcome.
Oh, no. I mean, they would be taken care of. However, I would invest, and then I would create generational wealth. I would invest so that way they'd be set up, and then I'd also donate to charities. It'll help out tax reason, but you're also putting good out into the world. So with the investments made, the charities done, everything's taken care of. Pretty much everything else from that is going to go to traveling or anything I want to do.
What about you, Sid? What would you do?
Hide under a mountain for 5 years.
Minecraft
Could you hide
style?
comfortably or just like anything you want?
Minecraft style. Build
Super
as you go.
comfortably. Hello.
Be one bougie ass cave.
Louis Vuitton pillows in the cave.
Yes.
Winchester
trust me, all the
Mystery House
tic-tac-
in the cave.
Should have her own bat cave over there. It'd be awesome.
I kind of want to see that, honestly.
Right?
You guys can visit, but I ain't coming the fuck out.
That's fair. I mean, people deliver now, so you wouldn't have to.
You can visit, but don't get lost, because I ain't going to come find you.
You best have a
I
good
won't get
phone.
lost.
No, us.
Us when we come visit. But have GPS on.
And you're like, oh, I haven't seen Stevie in a week. Hope she's okay.
I did build a new tunnel and it did fall out.
Right. Winchester Mystery House of Underground Caves. And Megan, what would you do? You have to answer.
Yeah, your turn.
Shit.
Oh, shit. They were going to ask me? Damn.
Like, they asked me a
Honestly.
question? Fuck.
Honestly, I don't know. I've always wanted to have the amount of income to just do random acts of kindness for people. So if that means like going up to Purple Cliffs and bringing everyone a Happy Meal, I'd fucking do it. Or like it breaks my heart anytime like I'm in a grocery store and I see a little kid who like wants to get a candy bar and a mom tells them to put it back because they can't afford it. Like just stupid little shit like that. Like I'm a firm believer that it's the little things in life that can help. So I think I'd start there and then maybe work bigger.
It's pretty cool.
And say, why
Goddamn world.
not starting now? You don't need money to do that shit. Do random acts of kindness every day.
True. But it's just easier when you have money. And you can be more frequent.
Make it bigger. Like, it can definitely be more, like, grandiose.
True.
Stevie, you should at least tell one story. So I'm not the only one.
That's what I was gonna say. I want to hear hers.
Yeah.
I can tell you both mine and my mother's if you'd like.
Yeah.
So we'll start with my mom's because this is the house that we lived in when we first moved here. She was convinced that our roommate was in the doorway talking to her. She had a full-on conversation, realized that Lay was not even home.
That's terrifying.
Yes. That house was haunted as fuck.
Sounds like it.
Right? So
They hit
mine,
it well.
right? And she saw this ghost all the time and it would always stand over her. I never saw it.
Y'all didn't warn me
Saw
about that when I babysat your cats there?
No, but I didn't
I
see
feel
it, right?
fucking sabotaged as shit right now.
I slept in the same room.
It'll be fine.
Never saw this fucking ghost, okay? Never saw it. But her, she's like, yeah, it's there. I see it all the time. I was like, I was closer to the door. She's like, yeah,
Okay,
it's right. No. No.
You can thank your mom for my nightmares tonight. Thanks.
Oh,
You
I
ever
fucking
have a ghost
appreciate
cat?
that.
What'd you say, Sid?
You ever have a ghost cat?
No.
Can I
Because
sign
I
off
figured
real
Shadow would
quickly?
probably just, like, fuck it up. Right? Shadow would be like, no, my house.
It's a glitch in the Matrix.
We used to have ghost cats all the time, though. Like, it would fuck with us. My cousin, who does not believe in ghosts, refuses still to this day, will say that there is no such thing as ghosts. Asks us about the cat that we had. There was no cat. It would just walk up and down the stairs. It would go in between your legs and trip you up, but we didn't have a cat.
Yeah. I have enough real cats to know that, a ghost cat would kill me.
When you
Yeah.
feel a cat rubbing up your leg, like you feel the tail do the swoop thing, you know what I'm.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And there's nothing there. Just
Right? And then you're like, what? No.
astral projection. You guys ever been
Ooh.
around that shit?
Ooh, that's a fun one.
I always wanted to try, but I never actually
I've done that.
effort into it.
You've done it?
Accidentally, and holy shit, it throws you through a loop. It does. I was actually the hell is that called? The dream.
Lucid
The
dreaming.
dreaming?
I was lucid dreaming. Yeah, the dreaming. Yeah, lucid dreaming actually. It was trying to turn into a nightmare because there's a bunch of dogs like barking at the side of my bed. Sounded like they wanted to attack me and everything. So I was trying to conjure up a gun, and then I did. And then I aimed it off the side of my bed, and when I went to pull the trigger, I shot myself across the house. And I just flew. I projected myself real fucking fast. It was crazy feeling. It was amazing. It was a little mixed in with sleep paralysis too.
What the fuck's astral projection? I've heard of
That's
it.
when you
I don't
leave
know
your
what the
body.
fuck it is.
You just leave
Oh,
it.
comforting.
Yeah. So,
I mean, sometimes you just don't want this meat sack.
I mean, I can go into third person mode, but I can't like actually leave. I can't go past third person. But I have been in a room where someone was astral projecting in their bedroom, and they threw pennies across the room at us. It was great.
All right, so I got a question. Sleep paralysis. Do you guys remember the first time you ever had it?
I've never, but I've had so many stories. Oh my god.
That's semi, where I just can't move until I fall. And that's fucking terrifying. I don't see things, thankfully, because I think I'd shit myself.
My cousin had to go to the hospital because he couldn't come out of it. We could talk to him. He could hear us. He remembered everything I said to him. Like, I even, like, before he left, I said something to him that nobody else in the room heard me say to him. He could not have been told by anybody. He's like, I don't remember what the fuck it was, but he was like, yeah, you told me blah, blah, blah. Something about, I think it was something about playing Minecraft when he got home. It was like, when you wake up, like, we can play Minecraft or some shit, because he was like 15.
You act like we don't
Yeah.
want to play Minecraft. We do.
Well, no, absolutely, but like that was when I was first getting heavy into it, like when we were playing like the mini games in like the back when we first had it, like where you could build realms and shit.
Ah.
Good times.
How about you, Megan? You got anything on it?
On sleep paralysis, I am blessed to say no, thank dear God. I've heard a lot of horror stories, but I've never had it myself. Luckily,
Okay.
knock on wood.
That's pretty
I had
lucky
an
though.
auntie who had a demon, a sleep paralysis demon.
Oh,
That would be
Those
so terrifying
are
sometimes.
pretty terrifying. I've actually
Those
had
are the
2
stories
burn
I've
into my
heard.
memory.
oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
At first, I was a real young kid, and I was sleeping in my mom's bed, and I felt something in my hand, and it had a button on it. And I heard this demonic voice tell me not to press it, and I pressed it anyway. And all of a sudden, my whole entire body froze. I couldn't move anymore. I was paralyzed, and then I was reaching to try to very, very slowly to try to wake my mom to help me out. And then I gained free movement again. And then I heard the voice say, I told you not to touch that. And then I did it again. I don't know why. I was a little kid. I didn't understand. I was a real young kid.
Still push it. You wouldn't even hesitate to be like,
Out of curiosity this day, I might. But that's not the point. Anyway, so it happened like 3 times before whatever I was pressing just disappeared. And every time I heard the voice yelling at me. The second time I was an adult. This was probably about 10 years ago. It wasn't a button. I was laying in bed. I was playing on my PSP at the time. And I was nodding off. I was tired. And I was just staying awake for stupid reasons. All of a sudden, I close my eyes and open them, and everything is dark. Everything's dark, but a little tint of blue to it, instead of the color that it was originally. I could still see the screen on my PlayStation, and then all of a sudden, there's this giant figure that walks through the door. It's got 4 really long legs down to the ground, and it's holding its body up pretty much like that. And it crawls onto the bed, and it pins me on my legs, and then I feel one on my face, just pressing down. And then it puts his face up next to mine. And I was paralyzed. I managed to fucking reach up, grab it by its neck, and then I started yelling at it. And I said, "Who are you?" And then I woke up, and I was sitting up with my hand in the air like this. And yeah, that was the second time. So it was pretty fucking terrifying. And it kind of burned itself into my memory. So yeah. Good times.
Jesus fucking Christ. Just don't say that.
But lucid dreaming, I love it. Until your subconscious catches up and it turns into a fucking nightmare. Oh, here's another sleeping dreamy episode. It was all good. I was up, I was moving around doing my thing. I was controlling things, and all of a sudden everything went dark. Everything went black and white. The doors kind of, the shutters and everything kind of open and shutting a little bit. And my son was standing in the dining room. I ran up to him and I told him, I said, hey, you need to go wake me up right now. I said, it's going bad. You need to wake me up right now. I look over. I see somebody standing in the window. It's just a shadow figure, but it's a person's body right there. And then I run up to the door next to it, and then I go to lock it. And as soon as I touch that door, it flings open and shoots me across the room, and then I ended up waking up as I impacted against the wall. So it was pretty trippy. It was fun.
You can keep it.
I mean, except for the whole horror aspect, it was a good time. And fearing for my life.
This is such a good time to say. It's wrong, but we might go find it. I like rainbows and silly things. You're like, this demon threw me across the fucking room. It was fun. It was fun.
Right? So, the first time I did have the sleep paralysis demon, I thought that's when I started really thinking ghosts were a real thing. I'm pretty sure one came across me that night. And yeah, it was an experience that I will never forget because it, like, literally, I remember every single detail about it.
See, I have prophetic dreams.
You want to come over, Sid? I'm not sleeping tonight.
I'm not either. I'll be on Xbox the whole fucking night.
Fucking Antoine, I can't go to sleep now.
I used to
This is going to be called the cursed episode.
Yeah.
When HB is away, we talk about some cursed shit.
Alright, see you with your ghost story.
So, now that you mentioned sleep paralysis, it might have been that. I woke up. I don't know what time it was because obviously I'm just laying there. I look over because my door was open. This is before I had Sirius. And there's just a whole ass person in my doorway, just kind of chilling. And I was like, no, wait right there. I flipped over, grabbed my phone, turned on the flashlight, and flipped back over. There was nothing there. But it scared the shit out of me. And I was like, you know what? I'm not going to think about this. I rolled back over, put my phone down, and went to sleep. That fucking was scary.
Yeah, sounds like it. Anytime you see something that's not supposed to be there.
It was like, it was light enough that I could see the shape, but not light enough to actually see it. And I was convinced it was like my mom. But usually when she comes in to wake me up, she goes, Siri!
Speaking of harming children,
You gotta use that segue.
one time
Speaking of harming children.
one time I thought I saw a ghost or an intruder. I was sleeping
Oh no.
and I woke up and there's this shadow in front, like standing in my doorway. And it's not one of my kids. This is what's going through my mind. That's not one of my kids. My kids aren't that fucking tall. It's like 7 feet in the air, or 7 feet tall. And then I literally grabbed, I had something solid next to my bed on my counter. I grabbed it and I was getting ready to throw it at it and to charge it. And then I heard my son talk. And he was sitting in the doorway with the blanket and he was holding it like this. And so right there where his hand was where the blanket came down. So it looked like it was a full-on figure. I thought somebody had broken in or that was some kind of freaking ghost appearance. But I was ready to start freaking chucking shit.
I've got one like that. Harley's like 3 months old in her little bouncy seat. Fast asleep. So I get the monitor all hooked up to her. I'm like, Ethan, here's the video camera. I'm gonna take a shower. You watch this. Let her sleep. I get out of the shower. I go back to bed. I go to rock her a little bit because, like, you know, she's having a good sleepy sleep. And all of a sudden, I hear boom, 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 boom. Bam! Door flings open. He thought I was kidnapping the baby. He thought I was still in the shower. And my creepy ass hand coming across the camera as a baby, him in his underwear passed across the house.
Are you the...
Oh shit.
Making a appreciates. She just muted.
Yeah. Good times.
I'm letting my pot's too long for you, sorry, but that's fucking hysterical.
I was good.
Fine.
But hey, he's been a good dad since day one. Not my baby. That was real creepy, Megan.
You're welcome. Sorry. My phone just told me it was dying, so I went for my phone charger, and apparently my
No.
door wanted to.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the face in the corner.
The mask, I see it now.
It's just sitting there looking down on the phone.
Talking about spooky shit, we're gonna have this slide in right here and stare into your souls.
I can make it worse though, guys. So the inside
Yes.
of it is all like. Can you read what the duct tape says?
Oh shit.
Don't
Don't
tell.
tell.
I can make it even worse. But I have a potential ghost story that I want your opinion on, but my phone
Yes.
is fucking
Let's hear it.
dying. Okay, so I was extremely high, as I said. It was probably like midnight or 1 a.m., maybe 11 o'clock. I'm sitting out on my couch and I started hearing shit, and that's like pretty normal, honestly. Like, our house is haunted as fuck. We have like, honestly, we'll hear like balls rolling across the ceiling. Yeah. So I've never seen a ghost myself, but maybe I did this one time. So anyways, I was hearing the ball roll across, and we've nicknamed him Frederico. I don't know why, but Frederico was going hard, right? And so I'm sitting there, I think I was playing on TikTok or something, high as balls. All of a sudden I look up and there's this like ghostly, ghouly lady like screaming in my face, freaking me out like a mofo. I attributed it to that I was smoking some gutter weed that was grown in a closet by a shady friend. So I was like, oh, it made me paranoid, clearly, right? So like the adult I am, I scream, jump over the coffee table, run into the kitchen, have a little small panic attack. And then I'm like, I'm just seeing shit, it's the pot that's doing it, right? Then it maybe goes for like 5 minutes-ish. I go back into the living room, sit back down, because I'm like, it's just me, like, this isn't real. Sit down. This time I'm like, I'll watch a TED Talk, because I'm a fucking nerd, we all know that. So I go to like turn on TED Talk on YouTube, on the TV. I look down at my phone, and when I look up, she's like straight back in my face again, screaming and yelling at me. Not making any like audible words, if that makes sense, but like just ghouly, like yelling, and it scared the fuck out of me. Dropped my phone, freaked the fuck out, ran out the room again. So then I was like, clearly this is me, like just freaking out. So I went outside, like took a breather. I was like, I need to smoke less and eat less because I was higher than a choo-choo train. Come back in, and I'm like, you know what? I'll paint. I was like, that sounds zen. Maybe like everything else is going on, whatever. I set up on the kitchen table. I start painting. I'm maybe like 10 minutes into it, and then I look up, and honest to God, I attributed it to the fact that it was a bright light, and I was like super focused. So when I looked up, I swore I saw like a person walking through, like running through. I thought it was just light, like light pollution, if you will, of just like my eyes were focused, and when I looked up, it blurred. Then I saw it again, and I was like, no, like this is just me freaking myself out. Saw it like 4 or 5 times, or whatever the fuck it was. And then at that point I was like, yeah, this is not okay, and I'm starting to feel a little freaked the fuck out. So I went and grabbed some sage, and I'm like smudging my house because I'm a freaked out, paranoid, higher than a kite person. And I'm hearing Frederico rolling the ball back and forth again a couple times. And I was like not okay at this point. And I'm like, you know what? Like my gut sense told me, don't go upstairs. This is a bad idea. Don't do it. I wasn't born yesterday. I did not go upstairs. So I like smudged my house, right? Set up like 2 or 3 different things. And I'm like, okay, it's time for bed because you're freaking yourself out.
Did you
go to my bed? Well, I did when I went outside the first time. Well, after I saw the second.
While the sage was burning, was there a door or window open?
Not that I'm aware of. Well,
There's vents in the attics and everything too, so.
How are they supposed to get out? You're like facing them. How are they
You
supposed to get
basically
out?
just broke
I
it.
don't claim to know this. Okay, I don't even know this shit. All I know is I was freaked the fuck out, and it was the only thing I knew to do. Like,
It's too high to think about an exit.
oh, honey, I could barely spell my name, which is why I was like, it was clearly the paranoia. What did
Please
you
get the
say?
stage and open a window.
All right, okay. So, I mean, I thought it was paranoia personally, and I haven't seen it since, or made friends with it, or whatever. I also haven't heard Frederico since, so there's that.
How long ago is this? Because it's been since you had a couch, so I know it's recent.
Probably like a month-ish. It was like December. It was Christmas. It was Christmas Day night. Cause that's comforting.
She said she doesn't believe in ghosts. What the fuck?
No.
Yeah, she has like she's the only one who had like a face-to-face encounter. She got yelled at by one.
After that night, I was like, I am never smoking that weed again, and I threw the fuck out. I was like, you're gonna have to not, no.
Your resolve is stronger than mine. That house would have been burnt down that night.
Tempter.
What? Okay. I was obeying, and I started burning my food.
She still has it with her.
Huh?
You cut out. I didn't hear what you said.
What am I doing with Sage again? I'm sorry. I was listening, but then I started burning, so.
Just burn it and open the window.
It's gotta have an exit. An exit.
Okay.
You're
So the fact that I didn't open a window, was that like antagonizing it, or?
Yeah, basically, you smacked it on the ass, put some salt up its nose, and let it spin around the room pissed off. Like, you threw the cat in the bath and didn't let it leave the bathroom.
So I'm gonna ask a valid question then. Why haven't I seen it or heard from it since, or them, or he, or she, or whatever the fuck it was?
First of all, that's the first time that I've made a presence to you that is either not a very strong spirit, unless you're not an open third eye kind of person. You've already, like, not exactly like, you're not against it, you just haven't loosened that sphincter, so to speak.
You're not paying enough attention to it. The more attention you pay to it, the stronger it gets.
I love this.
I think you were high enough to be in the right frame of mind.
Right, I've been told worse before. Exactly.
You're stuck up, so the ghost wanted nothing to do with you after that. Damn, that's brutal.
Alone should have given entertainment. You really should have, guys.
Just to make it a fro, baby. Let it dry natural. You'll be able to do it.
No, if it was located in the attic where you heard the noises coming from, I'm sure there's either vents or some kind of opening that it could have gotten out of.
It's not an attic. It's an upstairs.
Oh, and upstairs, not an attic.
We have an attic too.
And she didn't take
We've
the
fallen
stage
through
up
it a
there.
couple times.
Did you?
Has to be in the same room. Yeah.
No, she said
My
she
gut
didn't
told
go
me
up there.
not to. My gut
Very
told me you do
smart.
that and you're gonna get pushed down the fucking
Because-
stairs.
Very
There was
smart.
no way for it to go, but upstairs. You trapped it
Wasn't being
upstairs.
aggressive.
So
I think
what
there's
should I do,
definitely-
y'all?
I think there's two different ones. I think Anthony is right.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I usually am.
What's the group consensus here?
After
I've given you
you're
guys
done
fucking gold
staging-
material.
It's good shit.
Do I go
done
upstairs or
staging-
stay downstairs?
Go all around your house.
Not at night. Not at night. If you're gonna stage upstairs, wait until daytime.
It also depends on the hour, too.
Okay, what are the
Exactly.
rules? Okay, y'all? Because I've admitted I'm the uncultured swine of the group, but you gotta tell me these fucking rules before I piss this thing off more.
Well, if she has sage, it doesn't matter what time. In fact, at nighttime, if it's more present, it's more, it's gonna leave if she's waving the sage around.
Right, but it's gonna. Okay, for one, she doesn't know how to protect herself, energy-wise. Two,
Oh, fuck
They've
you
already
very
made the-
much.
do you
You
know
said
how to do a
energy-wise.
bubble?
She's got sage. That's all the protection. I mean, not all the protection, but that's what she needs.
Right, but okay. In witchcraft, we call it invoking like a spirit or invoking like a deity. You make yourself 7 feet tall and 6 feet wide, and like you take over the whole room and you tell that motherfucker to get out. I know that you can do that to a person, but I don't know that you can take it literally enough to do that to a spirit. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so I got a plot twist for you guys. And I'm sorry, I know I keep adding layers, but I genuinely thought it was paranoia, and I genuinely thought it was my mom yelling at me. I could be wrong. I thought it was just highness. Does that change the plot at all?
No, because I think that that night you were susceptible to more than usual, and that spirit that has been trying to scream at you for your entire fucking life, that has been fueled by your family. Okay, I'm telling you, I was gonna make it fucking weird, and I wasn't kidding.
Go for it. Do it.
I need this out
I wanna
of your
hear it
house.
all.
We're gonna... God damn it.
Why?
All of a sudden, Sid's gonna.
We're gonna exercise this shit.
Cool.
Can I ask why? Why is it not a good thing? I'm asking because I genuinely don't know. Not to be a dick.
Because I freak people out with how much I know about, or like how much I think about these things in 5 seconds. Like, you tell me something, I've already connected it to everything you've ever told me before.
Okay.
And when it comes to things that are like usually spiritual inclined, or like things that people can't quite put their hands on, I don't know. I don't like scaring people, and I push people away by talking too fucking much.
Go for it. You have my permission. I'll tell you when I stop being comfortable.
I weed out the weeds this way. It's fine. But yeah, no. You were high. It was a holiday, so whether you were aware or not, your chemical emotions were heightened, while you were also your inhibitions were lowered. She finally got your attention. I don't know what they're trying to say, but they're not saying it kindly, and I just don't think that you need that in your life. The upstairs boy probably needs some closure.
Okay. How do you mean?
It's either the so you know how we all have inner child sort of situations?
Mm-hmm.
This is either that, the one that screamed at you's inner child and what's tying them to the house, or it's a separate entity and they're just connected and both fed off of the emotions in the house. Because there's isolation, but there's also anger.
Seemed pretty
Isolation
wrathful
of
from the description.
Spirit ghost or
Frederick. Frederico, or whatever his name was, I'm sorry. The one that rolls the ball around.
yeah, no, Frederico, you're 100% right.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, I promise I'm listening to all of this. Am I going upstairs because it's night, or if I'm not going upstairs? I'm trying to listen to y'all, but you had contradicting messages.
Yeah. No, I mean, you've been upstairs in the nighttime anyway, so as long as you're burning sage, it should be fine. Just make sure you get a window open up there too, so.
If you feel comfortable going upstairs, feel free.
Yeah, if you're comfortable with it.
Don't feel comfortable going upstairs, do not do it.
But you've done it on just normal occasions, just going upstairs at nighttime, right? And you haven't encountered it since. So you're just kind of cleaning up
Not
whatever's...
for a long time, actually.
Gonna say,
Oh,
upstairs
shit.
isn't usually accessed.
That's a different story
Not
then.
much. I mean, like, I go up there during, well, hold on. I think the last time, oh shit. So okay, plot twist. So, Christmas Eve, well, I mean, it's my middle name, so my phone's dying, so I'm sorry. I'm trying to do what y'all are saying, but my phone is not cooperating. So I think it was Christmas Eve night, or it was. So it was snowy and there were deer in the park, and I was like, ooh, photo shoot time. So I went up there, turned the lights out because it had to be dark for my photo shoot. Also high as fuck, didn't see anything weird, and then I think the spirit was after. What's the verdict now? I love Sid's face.
You said you think it was after you?
Well, I think it was after I went upstairs.
Oh, okay,
Well, 'cause-
after it.
Hold on. So, okay, I got back from Cortez, went upstairs. Yeah, so would have been then. And then, yeah, it was after. It was totally after I went upstairs and took the photos. But I also came down here and took the photos too in the dark and like had no lights on because it was the photo time.
Right. Wow.
Have I given you guys like an epic mystery to solve?
I would wait till the daytime and then go up there and sage it out.
You stirred it
I like
up.
how you just
Maybe he didn't have all the details. It's not his fault. I knew that the upstairs was basically like not fucked with. I was like, no.
I mean, I'm also the kind of curiosity spirit that's going to go into a house at dark time just to explore around and die. But that's a sacrifice that must be made. And the what's that?
I've only got the balls because I've kicked ghosts out of my house my whole life. My mom taught me when I was like 5.
Hmm.
Doesn't scare me anymore.
Honestly, part of me also kind of wants to relive that whole demonic voice and type of thing. Not saying that I'm
this is Anthony all over.
not
okay?
saying that I want to die from some demonic force. It's the fact that I heard it clear as day once, and it's that kind of thing that you wanna assure yourself. You want to hear it again just to know that you weren't crazy. And yeah, so as long as you take the proper steps and you sage the whole damn place up, I mean.
So what am I hearing is I should go up there right now and give you guys a good podcast.
No.
You know what I kind of want to do?
What I'm saying is you should have told me about this when I was over there. I would have went up there and
For the record, I thought it was because I was high as balls, and I'm still not quite 100% that it's not. That I was just high as balls and saw it. Like, it was real fucking vivid, but I've also seen a lot of vivid shit while I'm high as balls. Sid, why were you so opposed? I'm trying to get everyone's opinions. Or Stevie, like, you're animated.
I want
I'm
Anthony
happy
to
to be
come
guinea
back,
pig.
and all of us go to Megan's house, just get high as balls, and then go investigate. It sounds like a wonderful time.
I mean, we can go in the attic if y'all want to fall through. I mean, we've twice
we'll
happened,
send,
so...
We'll send Michael. He's probably the lightest, right?
I'll bring my daughter's ghost hunting gear. I just bought her a bunch for Christmas. Like actual legit shit,
And he
so.
doesn't believe in ghosts, so he'd be willing to go up there, right?
He would.
Yeah, that'd be great. We'd make a believer out of it.
So Sid looks like she's about to pass a kidney stone. Are you okay? Have I broken
Yeah.
you? Because it doesn't
No,
look
you're
good.
good. You're good.
Just don't go upstairs.
I personally have only encountered very kind things, but I have been surrounded by people who have encountered very malicious and mean-spirited spirits of like the harmful kinds. So many. That one sounds aggressive, or at least annoyed as fuck with you.
I mean, but yet again, high as balls for the record. I took it as a like wake up call to knock my shit off type situation. Is this a spirit
Hi,
ghost?
Megan's fun.
Like, I come up with the best things when I'm high, for the record.
Another theory.
Yeah, I'm open to all of them.
Yeah, we come up with some crazy shit when we're all sober. Another theory is that you were so high to the point where you were falling asleep, and that would be kind of like
The in-between time.
an in-between time. Could have been a nightmare at the same time if you were dozing off at all. I don't know how like energetic you were or anything like that.
Weed does
You've
not make
seen me
her sleepy.
high. You've seen
She
me
cracks
high.
dirty jokes, okay?
I know. Oh, I know.
Yeah, no, I
Good time.
wish I could say that fully confident.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, no, I just needed to know if you were dozing off or if you were just fully awake. So if you were fully awake, then yeah, then it's not that other.
So, I'm just gonna come back to it. Have we fully like vetoed the paranoia idea? Because it still seems like just paranoia to me. Y'all are the experts here. I admit I don't have any fucking clue.
I mean, it's possible, but when you see the same figure like multiple times, especially when there's movement going around the house that doesn't have an explanation.
I've learned the difference between like seeing something out of the corner of my eye and actually seeing something out of because like a lot of times it's just the light trick or like your hair moves and it's something or your glasses or whatever. That's not what you can't.
When it's in your face yelling at you, there's a whole different thing right there.
Yeah, and of course the thing moving across 2 times, fine. Any more than 2 and it's not paranoia. And if it's a hallucination, then your weed was tainted. And I'm talking you should sue.
If you are seeing things while you're smoking something, I would like to try.
Do you have any more of the substance so that we can investigate its properties?
Oh, I do. I wholeheartedly do.
I mean, depending on what it's laced with, you might see gremlins coming out of sewers and flipping cars over and shit. I mean, possibilities are endless.
I usually hold to you not seeing a ghost.
Yeah, it would be laced with something.
I'm wholeheartedly open to both. I just will completely admit that I don't know shit about ghosts. So,
Alright, so
I've also
And
never
you know where
seen
you got it from, right? You trust the person at least a bit.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, and I also helped process it and dry it and everything too. So,
Oh yeah.
I mean,
so
I know it
probably
wasn't
not
laced.
with
I know it
something.
was just
okay.
fucking
Okay.
shitty gutter weed.
Then no, that you cannot hallucinate on gutter weed. It has to be some extra drugs, honey.
I don't know, I've had some bad trips with weed myself. Well, mine were more hypnotic jerks, so thought I was gonna die.
Why does everyone get all these cool visions? Where's mine?
It wasn't a vision; it was a hypnotic jerk. It was like I was fully up, and all of a sudden my whole body gets pulled to the ground, like I'm free falling, just out of nowhere. Like I'll be sitting here, and all of a sudden I get this feeling of free falling, and my adrenaline shoots through the roof, and it's scary shit. And I didn't smoke any more of that shit. I still got it in my closet.
I wouldn't.
So,
Okay, so
what
we've
are you
established that
making, Megan?
closet is for pot, not for people. Cool.
Yeah.
What was the question?
What are you making?
I am meal prepping beef, spinach, and mushrooms over rice, and then a taco bowl.
I fucking hate you right now.
Dude, that sounds bomb as shit.
I had
gotta
a
stay up
burrito.
with my rabbit idea, right? What?
I had burritos that have been in the freezer for I don't know how long. I think we bought them when we moved in here. That's what
I mean, if you guys want to come over, you can. You can eat dinner and play with my apparent ghost spirit.
I live too far away.
Yeah, I'm sorry,
bring
Anthony, you're
salt.
cut out of this one.
We're working on it.
I had Jack in a Box. I did something bad, so.
The closest one is Albuquerque. Fuck off.
And what was bad about it was I had a bacon ultimate cheeseburger just because I wanted a burger. I haven't had a burger in so long, and I didn't have enough time to cook dinner when I got here. I just hopped in the shower and hopped right on, and I was already running so far behind. I just went and grabbed something real quick, and I had a burger.
I gotta go. I'm sad.
It was
now.
delicious.
Goodbye.